Welcome back to King's Quest II VGA. This is Violyre, and we have just been given a task to find a tiara in exchange for the death gem after saving our own lives from a vampire by telling him his wife was about to die. And if you couldn't tell, he changed her into a vampire. There was a third bat though. I wonder where he went. Or she. I don't know. Can't tell with bats. Let's see. Maybe we can find it going this way? Oh my.
You see a young woman sitting on the dusty floor. She has a book in her lap entitled Little Red Riding Hood.
I wish I could read this story. All the pretty words.
What?
The book tells the story of a young girl who met a wolf in the forest.
The young woman's head snaps up. Her black eyes drill into your own. You gasp as you realize you are looking at yet another vampire. Just how many has the count made tonight? The young woman's lips transform from hungry to, fortunately, pleasant recognition.
So you are the guest of my grandfather's house. I was hoping I would meet you again.
Again?
The woman is startlingly beautiful, but in an eerie, unnatural way. You find yourself unable to speak for a moment. She does look somewhat familiar, but from where?
Oh, my handsome gentleman does not recognize me?
Nope.
Should I?
You remember the basket, the soup?
What?
With a start, you recognize the young woman. She's grown and matured considerably since you last saw her.
Possum, what massive hotness you are.
Transformed completely into this. She has traded her small ruby cloak for a dazzling satin robe of the same color.
Are you unhappy with my appearance?
Not at all.
No, it's just that you have me at a disadvantage. I do not know your real name.
Anastasia.
A beautiful name.
Yes, 'twas one of the few things my parents left me before they died. They're probably buried somewhere on this island, as a matter of fact. What do you seek here?
You explain your so far unsuccessful attempt to locate the tiara. The young woman looks thoughtful for a moment, then suddenly snaps her fingers. A discarded pile of books shift aside from the floor, and a single black book is revealed underneath. She appraises the black book with indignant incomprehension, then holds it out towards you. You take the book from Anastasia's hand.
I do not suppose that has anything to do with it, but it must be about something important.
Well, I guess let's read it.
This black book is entitled Sleepy Hollow. It feels lighter than its size would suggest.
Can we read it?
You open the book and are surprised to discover not pages, but a hollowed-out section in which sits a silver key. The key's handle resembles the shape of a sleeping child. There also appears to be something written on the back cover of the book.
Really?
In the hollow, you can see that the inside back cover has been written on. Some words have been scrawled onto the paper. They are faded, but still mostly legible.
If treasure you seek dear to my heart, Tales of Fiction is where you must start. First find the beauty with stepsisters 2, then visit the huts that the big bad wolf blew. The girl with no flock will usher your way to the little old man who spins gold out of hay. Those two star-crossed lovers shall be your last guide. They'll lead you to riches that pirates did hide. What you earnestly seek shall now truly be yours. They'll get it part wrong and you'll be greeted by maws. Java?
The writing scrawled on the
No,
back cover
thank you,
reads,
narrator.
If treasure you seek dear to my heart.
I'll just skip that since I had to read it already. Okay, so apparently we have to go to the fiction section. Let's see. Which, if you remember,
This would appear to be the classic fiction section.
this section. And that book was a guide. We have to click certain books in certain orders. Actually, I'm going to save right here
You
because...
cannot access this feature at the moment.
Okay, I'm not going to save right here. I've never had that happen before. So we have a number of books here. And let's see, Comedy of Errors, Titus Andronicus. I've never heard of that one. Taming of the Shrew, Henry VI, Richard III, Venus and Adonis, Two Gentlemen of Verona, Love's Labor Lost. Hopefully not Love's Labor's Won. We know what happens then. Midsummer Night's Dream, Romeo and Juliet. Does sound like star-crossed lovers. Merchant of Venice. Oh, I remember having to report on that book. I did my report on the merchant whose name I can't remember at the moment. It was funny because we had to bring in items reflective of them, and I did. Actually, fairly odd items too, but I was able to explain them and got an A. Anyways, back to the game. Much Ado About Nothing, Julius Caesar, Twelfth Night, Hamlet, Two Noble Kinsmen, All's Well That Ends Well, Measure for Measure, Othello, Macbeth, King Lear, The Winter's Tale, The Tempest, Pericles, Prince of Tyre, Henry VIII, Sonnets. Hey, it's a book about me! Rapunzel, The Fox and the Cat, Briar Rose, Little Boy Blue, Hansel and Gretel, Fundevigal. I've never heard of that book, and I plan to keep it that way. Little Bo Peep, King Grizzly Beard, Iron Hands, The Turnip, Old Mother Hubbard, The Dog and the Sparrow, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, King of the Golden Mountain, The 12 Huntsmen, Golden Goose, Hickory Dickory Dock. That's a poem, not a book. Lily and the Lion, The Boy Who Cried Wolf, Classic Aesop, The Elves and the Shoemaker, The Queen Bee, The White Snake. Gee, that seems oddly prophetic for not this game. A Little Peasant, Tom Thumb, The Willow Wren and the Bear, The Valiant Little Tailor, The Frog Prince, The Fisherman and His Wife, Jack and the Beanstalk. Oh hey, we're back at King's Quest 1. Old King Cole, Cinderella. Cinderella? That kind of sounds like... Let's read that thing on the back of the cover again.
In the hollow.
Treasure you seek dear to my heart, tales of fiction is where you must start. First find the beauty with Stepsisters 2. Cinderella had 2 stepsisters. Right? Nah, that couldn't be the book. Now let's touch it anyway. Actually, no, I'm going to show you what happens if you touch the wrong book. Earthquake! Ah. Oh, a good book has gone into me.
You become acquainted with the greatest book critic of all time.
I think I actually stated my comment wrong, but... Or, a good book has gone into... No, yeah. Sounds right at some point, but... We shall see. Anyways... Like I said, the first book we need to hit is Cinderella, which was right here. Let's see, there was an old woman who lived under a hill. Hey Diddle Diddle, The Cat and the Fiddle, Jack and Jill, Rockabye Baby. It's a poem, or a little nursery rhyme too. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, Mary had a little lamb. Geez, those are thick books for short stories. Old Mother Goose, Pop Goes the Weasel, Jack Be Nimble, Ride a Cock Horse to Banbury Cross, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Little Jack Horner, Baa Baa Black Sheep. That's a very thick book for that one. Rumpelstiltskin, or whatever we bashed in on the keyboard the last time. Betty Botter, Humpty Dumpty, Little Miss Muffet, A North Wind Doth Blow, Three Little Kittens, Polly Put the Kettle On, She Sells Seashells, Pussycat, Pussycat, There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly, Queen of Hearts, There was a crooked man. Song of sixpence, rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub. Seesaw Marjorie Daw, and my cat just hit my arm. To market, Tom Tittlemouse, Tom Tom the Piper's son. The 3 blind mice, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod. I have not heard of that one. Let's keep it that way. This Little Piggy, The Tisket a Tasket, Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, 5 Little Ducks, The Boy in the Barn, Flea and a Fly, Here We Go Round the Mulberry Bush, Hush Little Baby, It's Raining, It's Pouring, Itsy Bitsy Spider, Jack Sprat, Knick Knack Paddywhack, Give the Dog a Bone, Little Sally Walker, and I just switch off the 1, 2, Buckle My Shoe, Over in the Meadow, Wee Willie Winky, Beauty and the Beast, let's see, Pat a Cake, The Owl and the Pussycat, 10 Little Monkeys, The Flying Pig, Farmer in the Dell, The House that Jack Built, Hark Hark the Dogs Do Bark, There Was an Old Woman Who Lived in a Shoe, The Ants Go Marching, Cobbler Mend My Shoe, Goosey Goosey Gander, Sticks and Stones, One for Sorrow, Draw a Pail of Water, Who Killed Cock Robin, Horsey Horsey, Solomon Grundy, from Superman, I think. No, he was on Super Friends. Old MacDonald Had a Farm, Little Tommy Tucker, Little Robin Redbreast, I Saw a Ship a-Sailing, Higgledy Piggledy, My Black Hen, Bye Baby Bunting, Ring Around the Roses, The 3 Little Pigs. Why does that one sound familiar? Is it in our list?
In the
Then visit the huts that the big bad wolf blew. I'll be just a second. Sorry about that. I had a very important phone call I needed to take. As you know, I tend to have a bit of pain. That was the pain management doctor scheduling an injection into my back. Anyways, let's go on. So, we're visiting the huts that the big bad wolf blew. Let's see. Okay. Now let's see if I can remember where 3 Little Pigs were. 3 Little Pigs. Alright, what else do we got? Simple Simon, the Grand Old Duke of York, Elsie Marley, Peas Porridge Hot, What Are Little Boys Made Of? The Ugly Duckling, Fish Story, Fiddle-dee-dee, Bat Bat Come Under My Hat, A Wise Old Owl, Tinker Tailor, Swan Swam Over the Sea, Sippity Sippity Sup, She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain, Row 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 Your Boat, Barber Barber Shave a Pig. What? Riddle Me This, Over the River, The Man in the Moon, The 3 Billy Goats Gruff, Peter Piper, Lion and the Unicorn, Little Polly Flinders, and The Cat in the Hat Comes Back. Okay, so there are books, and we are looking for next The Girl with No Flock Will Usher Your Way.
The writing scrawled on the...
So let's do a quick look, because I don't remember where it was. That phone call distracted me. It's not on that shelf. I think that there is a theme to the shelves, but Little Bo Peep, she lost her flock. And then we were looking for the man who spins straw into gold, I believe it said, which would be Rumpelstiltskin, right here. And the Star-Crossed Lovers, which was right there.
A new book has appeared on the 3rd shelf down.
Magic books.
Located the correct book. You pluck it from the shelf and read its title, Treasure Island. What is this? There seems to be a lock binding the cover shut. The keyhole requires a small, thin key.
Where are we going to get a small, thin key from? And let's save after that, because that puzzle can be evil, and I really don't want to repeat that. So, oh look, we have a small thin key here, right?
It is a shiny silver key.
Well, why don't we try the key in the lock?
The key fits perfectly into the lock. You turn it and hear a soft click. The book is now open.
Alright, so where's our treasure?
Skimming through the book, you find that a map has been sketched onto the last page. Close scrutiny reveals it is a top-down layout of the castle and its surrounding grounds. According to this, the tiara has been buried near one of the graves. You shudder, hoping that this is not going to be a case of digging all night while trying to avoid unearthed zombies. There is also a small piece of writing near the bottom. A date of fate can be found with a first, a second, and a double of nothing.
Digging around with trying
I
to...
wish only one thing is payment for helping you find that book.
Of course.
Would you be so kind as to take this bracelet and place it on my mother's grave? I believe she wanted me to have it while I was alive. Now, it seems no longer appropriate to keep it.
Of course.
Thank you. I must retire now. It will not be long before sunrise. Good night, Graham.
Good night, Anastasia.
Alright, so we have a bracelet to return to the graves and a tiara to dig up. And the reference to avoiding zombies while digging, that will come about in King's Quest IV. As I said, this is a remake, so oh, hello there, our friend the Ghost. Now that we don't have the black cloak anymore, let's go talk to him. Or we tried talking to him. Let's go walk up to him.
Further into the cemetery, you can feel your life force slowly being sucked away by the disembodied spirits. You suddenly find yourself unable to move.
Uh-oh.
The ethereal spirits drain the life force right out of your body.
Nope.
You tuck with the spirits and find only the graves.
Well, maybe they'll give us some benefit of the doubt because we have a delivery?
As you hold up the bracelet, the ghosts seem to relax slightly. You wonder if it is now safe to approach them and enter the cemetery. Lord Herbert and Lady Lillian, 1646 to 1668, loving parents of Anastasia, beloved son and daughter-in-law of Count Caldor and Countess Lavidia, our enemies be warned. Their untimely deaths shall be avenged.
Well, it's the son of the two vampires, so I'm going to take a wild guess that this is the grave we're looking for.
You can't. You place the bracelet on the grave. It immediately sinks down into the earth. The ghosts do not respond at first. Then one of them drifts toward you. It nods, almost sadly. The ghost seems to want to say something, but appears unable. Its face, though transparent and hazy, is lined with grief and torment. Its facial features waver into focus. The ghost is female.
They seem friendly enough.
She understand that our daughter will never be joining us now. No longer do we need wait for her. Now we journey to the realm of the dead, where its Lord waits to judge us. Farewell.
We will visit the realm of the dead in King's Quest
Bow your
VI.
head and cross your heart out of respect. While looking downward, you notice that a beautiful gold ring now lies at your feet.
Cool.
You feel
Pixel Hunt.
You lift the gold ring from the ground and carefully place it in your pocket.
Okay, so let's take a look about these
Lord
graves.
Herbert and Lady
How's the moment?
Lord Herbert.
Alright, they would be very next to each other.
Mary and Drinkwater, 1230 to 1266. They had traveled safely for many a day until crossing a bridge along their way. She lost her balance and fell to her fate. He tried to save her, but it was too late.
Let's look at this book again. Sounded hinty enough.
According to this, the tiara has been buried near one of the graves. There is something written near the bottom. A date of fate can be found with a first, a second, and a double of nothing. Douglas Buckmaster, 995 to 1020. The noise, said he, is far too loud, as he discerned the maddened crowd. The mob broke in, and he did scream, I'd rather this a sight unseen. They strung him up from toe to head, and as for after, enough's been said.
Okay. Well, what about these guys back here?
Maria von Trapp, 35 to 65. The hills beckoned, but it was a long way down. Boris and Olga. There was an old couple named Olga and Stovich, who in truth made quite a nice pair. They lived with each other for many long years, till they wound up in each other's hair. Date of death, 1567.
Boris and Olga. Is that a King Quest for Glory 4 reference? We'll find out then.
810 to 810.
Ooh.
He'd not seen his first sunrise, felt not the warmth of dawn. All who saw him wept and cried. To this world he'd come, stillborn.
I'm depressed now.
Count Christopher Ivere, 1175 to 1200. The young Ivere, his time so near, said he, my dear, lend me your ear. Please do not fear, my life ends here.
So if you noticed, he died in 1200. Could that be what the first, the second, and double of nothing meant? Well, only one way to find out. I'm sure we'll die otherwise.
You stop digging when your shovel hits something hard.
Coffin?
You feel apt to show some respect.
I'm trying to.
Nervously, you reach down, open the coffin, and look inside.
The
You
box.
search through the belongings of the deceased. According to the headstone, they belong to a Count Christopher Ivere. After some tentative searching, you find a parchment. It appears to be the last will and testament of Larman Odnarb, healer. This isn't right. You run your eyes over the parchment. It's dated 1200, the same as the date on the headstone. However, the instructions pertaining to his burial were for Larman to be placed near his family at the church's cemetery. Oh dear.
Ooh. Oh, let's just close that back.
You have no reason to dig a hole there.
I'm not trying to dig a hole.
The grave has already been dug up.
Okay, we'll just leave it there. Okay, so apparently that guy was buried at the church's cemetery, and I guess that's where we'll be headed next time in the next video. Thank you.